Wednesday, June 17th. A warning shot and a giant leap packed into the same 24 hours. Let's start with the number that should have stopped India cold, 61%. That's how much crude petroleum costs jumped. But while that economic time bomb was ticking, a completely different India was making moves. 4.6 gigawatt hours of battery storage coming online, a new rocket deal closing, and a quiet coup in the quick commerce war. Today on LodeHQ, we're looking at India's conversion problem, the race to build a future before inflation takes it away. I'm your host.
And underpinning all of this capital shifting between sectors, banks, and startups, the market is finally getting sharper tools to track the money. The NSE just rolled out 11 new sectoral indices: power, capital goods, telecom, construction, retail, healthcare. That raises their total to 34. It gives asset managers and ETF providers a laser focus on India's specific growth themes. So the money that wants to bet on exactly what Dixon is doing in manufacturing or what's happening in storage doesn't have to buy the whole Nifty. It can buy the slice. In a week where the headline macro looked shaky, the infrastructure for smart capital got a whole lot stronger.
While they look to the sky, the battle for the 15-minute promise here on Earth just got a new commander. BigBasket brought in a heavy hitter from Amazon. Amit Nanda is the company's first ever outsider CEO, ending Hari Menon's 15-year run at the top. Nanda ran Amazon's marketplace seller ecosystem. Now he's tasked with winning the quick commerce war against Blinkit, Swiggy Instamart, and Zepto. An Amazonian running a Tata-owned grocery platform. It tells you the lines between e-commerce and quick commerce are completely gone. This is now a pure logistics and subscription war. That commitment to the long game showed up in the wildest corner of the startup world, too. Swiggy's co-founders just cut personal checks. Sri Harsha Majety and Nandan Reddy each put 4.99 crore rupees into Skyroot Aerospace. It's a pre-Series C2 round for India's first space unicorn, buying 202 CCPS each at a $1.25 billion valuation. Think about that. The guys who built India's food delivery habit are now backing deep tech rockets. It's a signal that even consumer internet founders are betting that India's next $1 trillion in value comes from hardware and hard science. But here's where it gets strange. The very same ecosystem that inflation threatens, massive capital expenditure, long-term bets, they didn't blink. In fact, they accelerated. Almost as a counterpunch to volatile fossil fuel prices, India's battery storage sector just posted its biggest number ever, 4.6 gigawatt hours added in the first quarter alone. That is a 941% jump year on year. Total capacity now sits at 5.9 gigawatt hours, with Rajasthan holding 42% of the stock. This is the grid building muscle memory against exactly the kind of oil shock we just saw. Storage is moving from a nice-to-have pilot to the backbone of the entire power system. The number came in late yesterday, and it was ugly. May's wholesale inflation hit 9.68%. That's a series high. The driver? Fuel. Crude petroleum costs jumped 61%, and power and fuel costs surged 30%. This is the first reading under the new base year, and it immediately puts the RBI in a vice. Downstream prices will feel this. If rate cuts were on the table, this number might just have swept them off.
And it wasn't just the energy grid locking in a new foundation. The shift to hard assets was happening in manufacturing, too. The government cleared a major joint venture this week. Dixon Technologies taking a 51% controlling stake in Vivo's massive Noida phone factory. The interministerial panel has given in-principle approval, and METI formalizes it this month. It folds a massive Chinese-owned plant into a domestic OEM hub. It expands Indian smartphone production significantly, and critically, lowers Vivo's regulatory exposure. In a week where inflation screams caution, this deal screams commit.
Here's what June 17th, 2026 actually revealed. There's a split screen in the Indian economy right now. In one frame, inflation is rearing its head. threatening to crush consumption and raise the cost of capital. In the other frame, India is locking in long-term infrastructure bets, batteries, rockets, factories, and the financial rails to fund them. The biggest risk isn't that one of these frames wins, it's that the RBI has to react to the first frame so aggressively that it accidentally freezes the second. We'll be watching the MPC minutes. That's the briefing for today. I'm your host,